course, you can get a little aggressive here on second down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Jones is going to put it in the hands of Barkley on the option.
Able to slither by. And some space here. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Give him 18 there, and the Giants have a first down. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football. All right, when you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll try and run this one right up the gun.
And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw is Brady. Out to his left. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Cover!
Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. Brady going to go on 4th down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Now Brady again. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
The Texans in 3-0 here in the month of September. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Brady.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Brady. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he is going to have the Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And they'll run on first down with Jefferson.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Shotgun now for Brady.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Throwing is Brady on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that. Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Jones. Open man, there is Patterson, complete. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards and just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the numbers here don't lie. According to the Next Gen stats, he topped out at an even 22 miles an hour. From deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out.
And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Brady.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
In motion, the tight end. Brady. complete. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And the next-gen stats are going to tell the story, and wow, what a story it is. Nearly a full 23 miles an hour. One of the fastest plays on record, folks.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Throwing, Jones.
Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. Looking to throw. Jones into a double team, and it's intercepted.
And the Texans are going to take over at their own 41.
Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit. And that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
They fake the handoff. Now Brady.
Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan.
The ball comes out. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
They'll give it to Barkley off the option play.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Jones. He dumps it off to Barkley.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the 1st down.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Okay, 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run it again with Barkley. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
46 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
It's Barkley on the counter. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. Now Jones just going to bat this forward on the jet sweep.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on third down.
A handoff to Barkley on the option.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And his kick here is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Brady now on first down. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Texans are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. 17-17 the score, all even to this point as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half with the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again, Jones.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
This is caught inside the 15. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And they'll begin by running the option.
It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Off the play fake. Jones. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
They'll give it to Barkley off the option play.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Looking to throw. Jones.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Christian Harris. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football over to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
Brought down on the play by Kayvon Thibodeau.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
They'll get only a couple down to the 44. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
47 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open.
He rifles one that's intercepted. There he goes, left side. He's at the 30, 10. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown.
So what a turn of events there. You're driving to take the lead in this third quarter, but then one mistake, and you're watching the ball being returned for a touchdown.
Certainly a great example of how focus has to be there on every play, doesn't it, partner? You can't get complacent, and I think that he did. He's got him moving downfield, but that's a play where you just shouldn't have thrown the football. And it ultimately could wind up costing him the ball game.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Hey, Alabama.
Now on 2nd and 13. Brady.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Joshua Williams with a pick. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a three-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if we turn to the next-gen stats, the final clocking, well, it's ridiculous. 22.5 miles an hour.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score.
They go play action here on first down.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
He sets to fire deep. And that's caught inside the 30.
And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25.
It's a big-time play there for the G-men. 52 yards. Here's Jones throwing on first down. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
First and 10, it's Patterson.
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Barkley inside handoff. And he stopped immediately there.
So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Now Jones, off play action.
Fires a slant, complete to Tolbert.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown.
And that's just another in a long line of passing touchdowns for him today. To say that he's been on fire would definitely be an understatement.
Point after try forthcoming. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth-quarter hole. And all the way down to the 42. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. On 2nd down, they'll run it here.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Wait, set.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6.
Cover!
Here's Brady.
Right side, complete to Mechie. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line. Let's go on. No, 66. Shadow. 72. 72.
Brady now to throw. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs to keep up with your theme there, playing keep away. First downs, they can't touch the ball.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Off play action. Jones. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 44-yard line. The throw over the middle taken in. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
They'll give it to Patterson.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Line of scrimmage, the 9. Second and about a yard. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They give him 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so, because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You look at the geography of the field, right? Where you are, that's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You got everything working in your direction.
Now Jones is going to bat this forward on the jet sweep.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now a timeout coming in here defensively as they stop it before the 2-minute warning with 2:09 to go in the game. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal.
And he will make it back to the line of scrimmage, but that is all. 4th down coming up as we reach the 2-minute warning.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. From the right hash here. Should be an easy one. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
Now Brady. Being chased out left.
And that incomplete, nearly intercepted. And remember, he had his hands on one earlier, had one pick. Could have been his second, but instead it's 4th down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down.
Now Brady got to have this one. And this one into the hands of Mechie. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. To throw is Brady. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
And with the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Giants are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Again, they'll throw with Brady. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, Alabama. Hey, check it.
To throw is Brady.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Giants will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ball game. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We got 2. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
And as this defense walks off the field,